All right, let's talk about the Volvo XC60. Now, this is a premium family SUV that has a bit of a superpower. Even though it's getting on in years, it somehow keeps outselling and, you could say, outshining a lot of its newer, flashier competitors. So what's the deal? How is this automotive veteran still schooling the new kids on the block? Well, we're going to dig in and find out.
And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, the basic design of the XC60 we see today, it's from 2017. In the car world, where things change in the blink of an eye, that is practically an eternity. So what's its secret sauce? How on earth does it still feel so fresh and so competitive against brand new rivals?
Okay, so for a little bit of context, let's do a quick trip down memory lane. The very first XC60, that hit the scene way back in 2008. This one, the second generation, landed in 2017. But, and this is important, Volvo hasn't just let it sit there. It just got a refresh for the 2025 model year, bringing some tweak styling and, this is a big one, a brand new infotainment system. We'll definitely circle back to that in a bit.
All right, first up, let's talk about strength number one, the superior cabin. And you know, we're calling this its secret weapon for a reason. Seriously, the biggest, and you could argue the most important reason this car is so popular is what's on the inside. It's not just a nice to have. For a lot of people, this cabin is the reason they pick the XC60 over anything else out there.
And listen, that's not just our opinion. The source material is super clear on this. This quote really says it all. Think about that. While its big German rivals are maybe getting a bit too complex, and some might say even a little cheaper feeling inside, the XC60's cabin is just this benchmark of class and quality.
So what's really fascinating here is the why. As the Audi Q5 and BMW X3 have rolled out their newer models, the word is their interior quality has, well, it's taken a bit of a backward step. It seems like they've focused more on flashy screens and tech, maybe at the expense of just good old solid materials. And the XC60? By just sticking to its guns with this really solid, well-put-together, elegant design, it's suddenly looking better than ever.
Now, of course, if you go for the top-of-the-line Ultra model, you're getting the whole shebang. We're talking gorgeous wood trim, that amazing Bowers & Wilkins sound system, massaging seats, the works. But here's the kicker. You absolutely do not need to spend that kind of money. Even the base models feel really solid and premium. Plus, you can even get a brighter, more airy color scheme inside at no extra cost, which is a really nice touch. Okay, let's move on to the second big strength, the price. This is where it gets really compelling, because it ties right back into that amazing cabin. You're basically getting that premium quality without the eye-watering premium price tag.
And yeah, the source is really blunt about this. We're not talking about a few $100s here. The XC60 starts out significantly cheaper than its German competition, and that value is just a massive win for Volvo, especially when you remember you're getting an interior that, let's be honest, is probably better anyway.
So where's the sweet spot in the lineup? Well, it all starts with the core trim, and honestly, it's already got all the essentials you'd want. You can step up to Plus for a more upmarket feel. But the real value is probably in those lower trims. Once you get to Plus Pro, and especially the Top Dog Ultra with air suspension and all the toys, the price tag starts to get pretty serious. So yeah, for most people, Core or Plus is where the smart money is. All right, so we've covered the big wins, an amazing interior and a really competitive price. But come on, no car is perfect, right? Especially one that's been around for a few years. So let's get real about the on-road compromises. This is where the XC60 is good, but maybe not great.
First things first, this is not a sports car on stilts. If you're looking for something that feels super sharp and agile in the corners, you're probably going to want a BMW X3. The XC60's whole personality is built around comfort and just a calm, refined ride. It feels composed for sure, but it can feel a little top-heavy if you push it. And here's an interesting detail. An Audi Q5 with the optional air suspension, that's actually even more comfortable.
And that same theme of good but not the best kind of carries over to practicality, especially boot space. Let's talk carry-on suitcases, because that's a great way to measure. The standard B5 model will swallow 8 of them. Not bad, but the Audi Q5, which is the leader here, can fit 9. And if you go for one of the plug-in hybrid XC60s, you lose a little more space to the battery, so you're down to 7.
When you dig a little deeper into the practical side of things, it's still a bit of a mixed bag. The good news, rear seat space is actually great. Lots of room for your passengers' knees and heads. But the seats only split 60-40. A lot of rivals offer a more flexible 40-20-40 split, which is way more useful. And another little quirk, there's a huge hump in the floor in the back, which really gets in the way if you're trying to squeeze someone into that middle seat.
Okay, let's move on to the infotainment system, because this is a big deal. For 2025, the XC60 got a brand new, bigger screen. And in today's world, tech can make or break a car, right? So for the Volvo, this is absolutely an improvement. But it's a bit of a mixed bag.
So let's break it down. The good stuff? The software is fantastic. It's a Google-based system now, so you get Google Maps built right in, which is awesome, and a voice assistant that, actually understands you. It's way faster than the old one, too. But the bad stuff? Well, look at how it's integrated. It kind of looks tacked on, doesn't it? And the biggest sin of all in my book, they put the climate controls on the screen. Trying to adjust the fan speed while you're driving is so much more distracting than just turning a simple knob.
So what's under the hood? You've basically got 3 flavors to choose from. There's the B5, which is a solid mild hybrid petrol engine. Then you've got 2 plug-in hybrids, the T6 and the much more powerful T8. And that T8 is no slouch. It'll do 0 to 62 in a blistering 4.9 seconds. Pretty wild for a family SUV. Both of those hybrids also give you an official electric range of right around 50 miles, which is really useful.
Now, if you are leaning towards one of those plug-in hybrids, there is a catch you need to know about. Charging it up at home on a wall box takes about 3 hours, which is totally fine. But, and this is a big but, you can't use those super fast public CCS chargers. So, topping up quickly when you're out and about? Yeah, that's not really an option.
So, let's bring it all together. After looking at all the good stuff and all the not-so-good stuff, what's the final verdict? In a market that's just packed with amazing cars, is the Volvo XC60 still the smart choice? Before we wrap up, there's one more really important piece of the puzzle: reliability. And here, the XC60 is, well, it's fine. According to a big survey by What Car, it landed right in the middle of the pack for its class. So it's not going to be a nightmare, but it's not exactly at the top of the class for dependability either. So who is this car actually for? Well, it's pretty simple, really. If you care most about a beautiful, calming, luxurious interior and a smooth, refined ride, this is your car. It's for people who want that premium experience without the crazy price tag. But if you're the kind of driver who wants the sportiest handling, or you absolutely need the biggest boot possible, or if the idea of touchscreen climate controls makes you see red, then yeah, you should probably look somewhere else.
At the end of the day, it really all boils down to what you personally care about in a car. What the XC60 proves, loud and clear, is that a fantastic core design that focuses on comfort and quality can stay relevant for a very, very long time. And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. When it comes to your daily drive, what does premium really mean to you? Is it about a sporty feel, or is it about having a serene space to escape the world?